My fellow Americans, I owe you guys a big apology. I voted for Trump.
Ooh, yeah, you did.
I made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys have it in your heart to forgive me that I voted for that man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And I had a lot of hopes for that man.
Why?
But the hopes are gone. When he started discriminating against minorities,
like
American minorities here in the United States, we got a problem with that.
Yeah.
Houston.
You should, Houston.
Yeah, we sure do.
You should.
When you violate
Mr.
American people's constitutional rights, we got a problem with that.
Yeah.
He's not fit to be a president. And I apologize. I hope all of you guys have it in your heart to forgive me.
Mr. Garcia, oh, you silly shit. You knew what you were doing when you were voting. But that was a nice touch when you wore that California t-shirt. You voted against yourself, your people, your family, my Mexican-American husband, my family members. Yeah, and you didn't think they would come for you? Yeah, they definitely will. Yeah. But what I would suggest is you get your butt out there and help out with the protest. We're not really going to easily forgive and forget you jerks right now. All right? But the rest of y'all have a good day now, okay?
If you initially voted for Trump and now regret your choice, I need to see you at the forefront of all of the efforts against him. I need to see you showing up to protests, speaking about it, because you know what you did? You worked against all of the efforts that we put in to try and show everybody what the danger was. You tried to reverse all of that when you placed that vote, okay? So now you need to put in that work to try and help us. I'm not sitting here trying to make you feel bad, trying to put you down and shame you, okay? That's for another day. You can do that on your own time. My point here is, yes, you made a mistake. You did a bad thing. And now if you recognize that, it's time to take the step forward and help us fix it.
Alright, so that just happened. Look at that. Latinos voting Trump and now apologizing after everything and the reactions they're getting totally deserved. Here's the thing, they aren't just harmless mistakes. This wasn't some casual slip up. This was voting against your own community, against your own neighbors, your friends and families. And now they're acting surprised that they're getting called out, that they're feeling betrayed. Come on, regret is cheap. Saying sorry doesn't fix the damage Trump's done. Real action matters. If you voted him into office, if you cheered for his policies that harm the people, you can't just stand back now and expect a free pass. Accountability isn't optional. And let's be real, some of this goes deeper than politics. Its identity, its proximity to whiteness, is thinking that somehow voting Trump makes them a part of a group that will protect them. Spoiler alert, doesn't. Not then, not now, not ever. So today we are going through these clips, reactions, and hot takes to break down exactly why supporting Trump was a trap for these Latinos and why now they are paying the price. No sugarcoating, no sympathy. Let's get into the video. Let's do it.
He lied to us. Latino voters are saying Trump lied to us. We went hard in every state and swing states to get Donald Trump elected. Now they're saying he let us down. Why did he let us down? With this deportation, with the economy falling, with not letting us get legal status in the United States of America, Latino voters are pissed off and hot at Donald Trump because they feel that they were lied to, but they wasn't lied to. Donald Trump told you exactly what he was going to do, and he did it. He said deportation was going to be a focal point with ICE. He did that. He said we're going to have a hard time for a couple of years with these tariffs. He meant that. He said if you're not a citizen, you shouldn't be in the United States of America, and you could be deported to a foreign country. He did that. He said we're going to have ICE facilities ready to deport you at a moment's notice. He did that. He said if you don't have your green card and information on hand, you may be deported. He did that. So Latino voters, why are you mad? Donald Trump did exactly what he said. You went hard for him, don't have buyer's remorse. Trump doing exactly what he told you he would do.
Latinos, doesn't matter where you are, Mexico, Cubanos, Argentina, everything, any kind of Latino you can possibly think of, always have thought that the lighter skin you are, the closest to proximity of white that you can be. And the unfortunate part is most Cubans are light-skinned, so they always think that they get a free fucking pass because they're somehow light-skinned enough, but they're never white-skinned enough. And not to mention that Cuba was a fucking dictatorship country, so it makes perfect sense that they want some fascist leader to go ahead and run the country. And not to mention they were colonized by Spain, and they have colorism like a motherfucker. And the internalized racism that they have, because Afro-Cubanos will literally say that they are white without like hesitating at all. I mean, I lived in New York for a very long time, and the Cubanos who think that they're literally white are fascinating to me because they literally feel as if they are the exception to the rule, but yet they do not know that obviously they were enslaved by Spain, and that they're not only Latino, but most of them are Afro-Cubanos or Afro-Latinos. So like, it's just fucking wild. That's why.
Look at this, and this is exactly the problem. It's not just about politics, it's about identity. Some Latinos voted Trump because they thought, hey, maybe this puts me closer to being white. Can you believe that? Voting against your own people just to feel a little bit included. This isn't some harmless confusion, it's self-delusion. Trump's policies were always designed to harm Latino communities, from deportations to economic damage. Everything he did hit them hard, and yet some still bought into the idea that proximity to whiteness somehow protects them. That's the thing about Trump supporters like this. They think appearances and perceived status outweighs the real-life consequences for themselves and their families. And now they are shocked when the consequences hit them. No one's feeling sorry for them. They made their bed. Now they are lying in it. This clips perfectly shows how misguided identity politics can be, and how people can literally vote against their own interest for an illusion of status. And let's be real, it's not just sad, it's infuriating. Right? Let's continue.
I love Mexican Americans. And I believe immigration is good for America and our economy. And I believe Mexican culture brings so much good to the U.S. and spices up the U.S. But as a black man who would advocate for Hispanics and Hispanic Americans, that makes it just way more hurtful when a Hispanic American just says something so racist or insensitive. And then they don't even realize it, or they're aware of it and they just don't care. Like, Latinos for Trump, it's like saying ice cream for the sun. Like saying the airbenders for the Fire Nation. Like saying trees for Axis. Like saying kids for Epstein. Like, what the fuck? And then like, what communities do you expect to be helping with this? You guys, some people get to America and then the first goal they have is being white. They just imagine themselves as being white the moment they get their citizenship. And you can't pull ignorance. Like, it was so common knowledge how many minorities were getting terrorized, like the first year. Before all this happened. I'm just gonna have to say it, gang, you're not one of them. And you guys are literally the biggest minority in the US. So you guys could literally be doing your own thing. And most of y'all chose to side with Trump. What's the song? I will vote for Donald Trump. Motherfucking family got deported? A fuck? On God, you could salsa that shit too. Like, bro, no, you're dumb as fuck. That shit was a bop. But I don't think your ass was dancing when your family got deported. You feel me? I'm like, the immigration thing can be done so much better. It's so obvious that it's just so hard to immigrate in the US. Motherfuckers be saying we should do it the right way, but they don't even know what the right way is. But then, like, there's a study that says when you finally achieve something that other people can't achieve, whether it's being rich or being white, like literally just being born in something that you can't control, you feel entitled to it. So you get your citizenship and you feel entitled for something other people can't achieve. But you got to understand that breeds entitlement. And that entitlement breeds insensitivity. And then you're just playing into their game. Then you look like the fool.
I have to make this video basically coming out of work because this is one of the most terrible things I have ever seen in 20 years of being an attorney. I'm turning 50 next month. My father was an attorney. And this is without question one of the most blatant violations of the law, the Constitution, and the Fourth Amendment of the United States that protects everyone, all of the citizens of the United States, from illegal searches, unreasonable searches as that. The Supreme Court of the United States, 6-3, in a shadow docket, no one knows what the fuck was their rationale, decided in the case of Noem versus Vasquez Perdomo, a huge important injunction that prohibited ICE agents to profile and engage with Latinos based solely on how they look, what language they spoke, what type of job they were holding in the United States. Because it's illegal. You can't fucking profile people just on that alone. And our highest court, the sole interpreter of all of the laws in the United States, right, just decided that they can, in fact, profile Latinos in the United States. And this racist and compromised Supreme Court for Trump decided that profiling people for their ethnicity is a relevant factor. All legal scholars, all lawyers on TikTok are blown away by this decision. This is being spoken to in law schools in the United States. It's been discussed by the Civil Liberties Union, by the American Bar Association. This is the craziest thing we've ever seen. It's unexplained. And now, for all of you Latinos for Trump that voted for this bullshit, you signed your own death fucking warrant. You brought us to the slaughters. And all of you Latinos for Trump will be considered as traitors to your own people forever and ever. This is horrific. It's a violation of the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. And I don't know how the fuck we are going to get this back. But this is what happens. You give a little bit of freedom to get a sense of security, and you deserve neither. Que tengan buen día. I'll keep you posted for more. Like and follow.
And here we go, calling it out what it is. Traitors, that's the word. You voted for someone who openly and deliberately harmed your own community. And now you're surprised people are calling you out? Absolutely no sympathy here. This isn't just political failure, it's a moral failure. When you side with the hate, with policies that literally target your own people, you are crossing a line. And the damage isn't theoretical, it's real. Families are losing, communities are hurting, and these Latinos who support the Trump are sitting there thinking, oops, my bad. You can just slug and say, I didn't know, or I was fooled. That's on them. Action have consequences, and this is what happens when you choose the side that doesn't care about you. They wanted to play with Trump's game. Now they're playing FAFO. This clip isn't just a hot take, it's a reality hitting them in the face. And honestly, watching them scream, it's hard to feel anything but well. They brought this themselves. Let's continue.
I'm sitting here as a Latina that voted for Kamala Harris, and I'm absolutely fucking floored at the demographics that came out from this election and the way that a huge chunk of Latinos voted for Donald Trump. I don't get it. I don't get you people, because you sit here and you have listened to the shit that he has said about our communities for the past 8 years, and you eat it up and you still support him. You are just actively shooting yourself in the foot. You're stabbing your family members in the back, your community in the back, and you'll gladly do it again. I know you will. And it's such a harmful thing that happens within our own communities, in which we consistently climb up the ladder and then rip it down for others trying to do the same. And I hate seeing it. I can't stand it anymore. How vicious we are towards each other, and we don't uplift each other. It's a constant thing I see, even with our own family members. And you can see it so clearly in this election, and how you can listen to this man say this shit about our communities for the past 8 years and still vote for him. You can listen to the policies he wants to enact, like mass deportation. He wants to enact the Alien Enemies Act. Again, he wants to end birthright citizenship and denaturalize United States citizens. Do you not listen to any of the shit that he has fucking said, and how you're not immune from that just because you have the ability to vote? It's not in your own fucking heads. It doesn't even matter if you're here legally. They don't care. They don't see a single difference between you, a citizen, someone here that's legal, someone here that's here illegally. They don't see a single difference. They lump us all into the same group because of the way that we look, where our family came from, maybe where you came from, lump you up into the same group and want you out of this country. And you eat it up. And you support it. I can't fucking stand it anymore, because if you, for 1 second, looked at the history of our own country, the country you claim to love so much, you would know that these things have ended horribly for us in the past. For the country as a whole, but for our community specifically. We have enacted the Alien Enemies Act before. We've done that before. And it resulted in millions of American citizens being deported to Mexico. Just because they had Mexican lineage. And who knows if they even truly did have Mexican lineage. Maybe they were just another Latino that looked Mexican to them. And you guys are just so uneducated, and it's so frustrated, because it does not take that much time. It doesn't take that much time to learn. And part of me truly hopes that the shit that he's saying actually happens. Even if that means I'm going to suffer, my family's going to suffer, because maybe for once we'll finally fucking learn the impacts that the way we behave have on our families and the people that we love and ourselves, because we are not immune. Just because we've climbed up the tax bracket, we're not immune.
So here we are. After all that, it's crystal clear these Latinos voted Trump knowing full well what they were doing. And now they are shocked that they are paying the price. FAFO, you voted against your own community, cheered policies that hurt your people, and now you're apologizing? Too little too late. The reactions we saw today aren't just opinions. They are reality checking these voters. Identity politics, proximity to whiteness, illusions of power. None of it saved them. All of it did was set them apart to get up played. And watching them scream, realize they were fooled. That's the consequences of their choice. This isn't just politics, it's accountability. When you side with someone who doesn't care about you or your community, actions have consequences, and Trump, he doesn't care. He never did, and the people who supported him, they're feeling that right now. So to all the Latino who voted Trump, this is the wake-up call. Stop pretending ignorance is an excuse. Stop acting like regret is enough. The rest of the country is watching, and the verdict is clear. You played yourselves. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, because the world needs to see what happens when people get played. No sympathy, no excuses, just FAFO. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much to watch this video till to this time. I love you so much and appreciate you all, and I wish you love and peace. Stay tuned for the next videos, because there's a lot of more coming. I wish you peace and love. See you to the next one. Bye bye.